facing an armed robbery charge after allegedly holding a gas station clerk at knife point. This happened Tuesday at the Loaf N Jug on University Drive and 12th Avenue North near the NDSU campus. The victim says a man held a knife to his stomach, told him to give him 2 cartons of cigars, then allegedly told him to open the safe while holding the knife to his neck.
He was recognized by other officers who had prior cases with him. That really, as you said, with the collaboration, that was a huge part. That's really why it turned around so fast.
Police say they arrested him within minutes. According to court documents, Lucas Tavares got away with about $450. Police say he admitted to robbing the gas station once they got him, but denied using a knife. Documents also say he's been charged with multiple violent felonies in the past in Colorado and California.